and thanks for joining. It's Patty from PS Paper Crafts. I'm going to show you how to make another card, a Christmas card. I've been doing the Christmas card theme with the products in the new mini catalog. So this is called Sweet Little Stockings, and I think these are so cute. It's stockings with, you can do a cat or a dog or a mouse, and the inside says Very Merry Christmas. So this is the bundle. It has all these stamps. They're photopolymer. And there's also coordinating dies that go with it. So I already cut out this piece, but I thought this was a great piece to use on a card for a background. It might be even cool. I'll have to figure out if it'll do a gift card for a gift card, you know, a gift card holder for a gift card. It looks like it might be the right size. I'll have to play with that. And then there's all these pieces. You can cut out 3 size stockings that you can stamp, or they also cut the stockings here. So that's what I did. So there's 3 different sizes. There's the medium, the large, and then there's a small one. So I used the small one for this. I initially, and I'll show you, I initially started with the large because I love this one. I love that pattern, but it was kind of too big with the dog and the hat and the sentiment. So I went with the very small one. This card, we're going to try the medium and see how that works. I think there's enough room for it. I can move this up a little bit, move this down a little bit. So we'll try it, see how it works. So what I did was I just cut around the pieces I wanted to die cut, and I just cut into it. And it's good because you can either stamp it or you can just cut it like that. And let me just show you the rest of the paper. Let me put this aside. And so this is the paper. It's 2 sheets of each pattern, and there's 2 sides. So this is the one side, and when you turn it over, you have these great stars. And these are so cute. I love the little animals. That kind of looks like my dog, only the not really. I have a Boston Terrier, so it's the right color, and the ears stick up more on my dog. So, but anyway, I think this is great. It's very busy, but I like it. These are so cute. Look at the face on the cat. She's got some attitude. And then there's these little birds, I guess parrots, with a letter. And then this is the other side. This is the piece that we're going to use to go across, and it really matches this well. This other stocking, I think it'll be fine. Kind of goes with it, with the little tops and these little X's. So doesn't have to go perfect, right? And I love this dog. I think he is so cute. I'll have to make something. Look at the little mouse and the cat in the box. So this is, and then this is the other side. They're just all so cute. There aren't dies for all of these, but you can use it as a background. You can fussy cut. And then I think this is a great pattern. And I love this as well. So these are the papers, and let me just put these aside. So as I said, I already cut around this, so we'll stamp the dog and the hat, and we'll color it, and then we'll cut them all out, and these will fit in the mini Stamp and Emboss machine, so that's nice. So let me get my pieces. I'm using Cherry Cobbler because that is the color in the paper, and what's great is the package that has the paper tells you what colors match. So let's do our stamping. I'm stamping in black memento because I will color with stamping blends. Now, not everybody likes Stampin' Blends. I love them. I think they color great. You can use whatever you want. You can use a blender pen and your ink pads. You can use the Stampin' Write markers, color pencils. So you don't, you know, just because I'm using, I'm going to do this again. The eyes are a little bit light. Just because I'm using blender pens, you can use whatever you like. I just love how the blender pens turn out, that they blend. Yeah, that's better. A little darker. And then we'll do the little cap. And we'll color them in, and then we'll cut them out. Okay, so let's put this away. And I'm using crumb cake for the dog. So I'm using the dark for the front of his face. And then I'll blend it with the light. So now I'll get the light one and blend that top and kind of make it all look nice. And I am using the kind of blunted point. Is that the right word? Just so that I stay in the lines. The flare is great when you're doing big pictures or big areas. I just want to go over this and really blend it so there's not a harsh mark. And we'll go around his eyes. So I am a dog lover. I like cats. I love dogs. I know that everybody's got their own feeling on these, and some people have other animals. But I've always had dogs. And right now my buddy is Bailey, my Boston Terrier. And he is a great dog, a little bit very protective of me. He doesn't let anybody come near me when we're walking on the street. He's funny, but he's a good dog, and I love having him with me. Dogs are great. No matter how your day is, you come home and your dog is always happy to see you. So we'll do the dark cherry cobbler. And see, I got it on my hand here for the hat. And I did the brim and the pom-pom with Wink Estella, just to give it a little bit of glimmer. I love Wink Estella, and it probably won't show up on the video like it is in person, but trust me, you can't go wrong with adding Wink Estella to anything. It dries really fast, and it just gives like a coating of glitter, not glitter, glimmer, shine. This reminds me of the Grinch, this hat. So let me get my Wink Estella. Where did I put it? Here it is. And we'll just brush it on here, and I'll put on a few coats. It dries very quickly. And again, I don't know if you can see it, but in person, you do see it's a little bit different than just the plain cardstock. Let me see if I can hold it up. See if it looks, I don't know if you can see it, but it really is nice. So let's get our dies and our die cutting machine. So again, I'm using the mini, and the mini is great for the dies that fit and the embossing folders that fit. So I have both machines, the big one and the mini, and it's just nice to have this on my desk and pull it out when I need something that will fit in it. And even this fit in it. So this, you know, as long as you have your paper small enough to fit in there, it works out great. So let's first do our stocking. And again, I'm doing the medium. I'm going to put my number 1 plate in, and number 2, I'll put in the stocking and the die. And these really fit nicely. You can use the kind of the hanger to get it in the right place. Come on, I keep moving it when I pick up my hand. All right. All right, phew. I think my finger was just not steady. We'll just lay this right on top. And I like to squeeze it and run it through. It's very easy to run through, and it's not as much to run through as the big one. So here we have our stocking. Gives you a little bit of a white outside. And then we can do our dog and the hat. We'll try to do these together. A lot of times I do them one at a time, but this should work. So we'll get the hat down, and you can put a piece of Post-it note. I hope I'm in camera here. A piece of Post-it note to hold it steady. And I think I will do that since I'm doing 2 dies. I don't want to move them. So I'll just take a piece of Post-it note and put it right over the entire thing. And then I have to get these on my magnetic board. So I'll just pull this out. This is the dog. And I thought those were the ears at first, but they're the paws. Okay, and I'll just put a piece on this as well, just so it doesn't shift when I'm moving it through. So I'll put the top plate on and run it through. Okay, so I think we might be done. And don't you know I colored the wrong dog? I think it's okay. I'm just noticing, why did I do a second dog? I should have colored the middle dog. Oh well, it's okay. It's paper, right? Can't go wrong with it. It's not the end of the world. Just let it go. All right, so we have our stocking. I'll use that dog on another project. And let's get putting it together. So I have the thick white cardstock, basic white, and I have a piece of cherry cobbler, and I'll put that down first. Actually, I'll put these together first. So this is the strip, and it's actually like 3/4 of an inch, but I really just cut it along the stitch mark look. And then I just cut the white. The white is 1 inch. And all I did was go a little bit bigger. So if you wanted more or less of this, you just want your white to be, I don't know, maybe a 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch bigger. Depends on what you like. So let's put these together. And I'm using my stamp and seal. And we'll just lay this right across. Okay, and then we can put this right in the center of the cherry cobbler. I love cherry cobbler. I really don't use it much outside of Christmas, and every time I go to use it, I think, oh, why didn't I use this sooner? I love it. And then we'll put this down on the card base. And just get it lined up, centered. It's nice to have a white card base. It makes the whole thing pop. And then on this, originally I put this down and popped up the dog, but I felt like it was kind of jumping out, which might be okay. But I didn't want it that way. So I am going to use the same sentiment because I think it's really cute. Santa Paws is coming to town. This will probably be for my grandkids. Although, as we get closer to Christmas, I might find something else. I make a lot of Christmas cards to use the product and demonstrate, and then I have tons to pick from to send out, which is nice. I used to make them all the same, but now I make all different ones. So I tried to move that up a little bit, and we can close this up. And kind of, well, let me put the hat on the dog. That's the first thing I'll do. It almost looks fuzzy with the Wink of Stella. Ooh. So let's just put a little here. I'm always dropping things. If you watched me before, I'm sure you've seen me do that tons of times, but that's all right. So we've got the hat on. Let's see how low we can go with the stocking and the dog. See, I like the bigger stocking better. I like that. The small one I think is a little too small. That might be better with the cat or the mouse. So let's put this down. Make sure the dog fits nicely with it. Perfect. So if you want to pop the dog up, feel free to do that. If you made this card or something similar. Cute, right? And now I'll pop this whole thing up with dimensionals and put it on the card. Now in the catalog, along with this set, there are matte dots, there's felt. I have to play with the felt. I haven't tried that yet. But I'm actually using these subtle shimmer sequins. They're white, and I thought they were nice on the cherry cobbler. But there's the matte dots that go with it, which are really pretty too. Let's put some of these down. Okay, so now we want, this is kind of our focal piece. So we want it nice and centered and pretty. That looks good. Okay, and then we're going to use these sequins. So what I did was I used my take your pick tool. It has the putty end, and then I unscrewed this so I have this pointy end. And I first just laid them out because I am just not comfortable with where to put these things. So I have to lay them out and go back and forth, and I'm actually copying what I did the last time because I overthink it, I stress, and they're just sequins. What's my problem, right? But that's me. It's the little things in life that stress me out sometimes. You probably think I'm crazy because who would stress about this? But I know you're supposed to have an odd number. I know that rule. Let me cover this up so I don't spill them. And I just never know where to put them. So hopefully this is okay. So I'm going to lift this up, put a little bit of glue, take this, and put it down, and it will hold it in place. And we'll just do that over and over again. If you know a good trick, I remember one of my customers said, well, just throw a few on there, because that's what it's supposed to look like, right? Random. But that wouldn't work for me either. I think I don't like random. I like odd, even numbers, so I like everything to be balanced and even and coordinated, and so that's where I think I just have a hard time letting it loose. So that's my story. Probably more than you ever wanted to know about me and sequins, right? So let's put this aside and do the inside. Let me get a layer, and I'm going to use the cherry cobbler again. And so I use the Very Merry Christmas, and it's 2 different stamps. So I use the Very Merry, and then I just used the Christmas here. And this was very easy to do. I didn't have to do any masking or anything like that. So let's get the Very Merry. And then we'll do the Christmas. And see, I just really made sure that I was not in the G for greetings. And it's photopolymer, so you can figure out where to stamp it. I thought it fit really nicely under the Merry. Okay, that's a little dark, but it will lighten up. I think I need to re-ink my ink pad. There's parts that are lighter and darker. And then I will do some presents with black memento ink. And we'll just ink this up, and then we'll color them in. And I'm using Old Olive and Cherry Cobbler to color. And I really wish there was a third present, but there isn't. And you could probably do 3, 2 tall and a small, or whichever way you want to do it. So let me get my blends. And again, you can color these with Stampin' Write markers. You can color them by using a blender pen and just dipping it in the ink, or get some ink on your clear block and color it that way. But I'm just using the blends. And again, I'm using that more bullet point. I don't know what you call that. Not the flare. It's hard and it's, you've got more control in skinny lines. So I'm doing dark cherry cobbler. And I'll do both of the bows this way and the ribbon. Okay. And then I did light old olive for the gift. And the reason I picked old olive is it's a color in the paper. You can do any of the colors in the paper or any color you want. But I wanted a green and I decided to just stick with one of the colors that's in the paper. Okay, and then what did I do on the inside? I think I did the light cherry cobbler and the light old olive. So I'll just keep going with the light old olive and do every other stripe. And then I'll do the light cherry cobbler. Okay, let me just touch up this green a little bit. And I think we're done. I just see it's a little bit of white there. Okay, so now we'll put this on the inside. And the reason that, well, I like to have an inside layer even on a white card because I think it makes it stand up better. It's, you know, this is top heavy. But the other reason is when you use blends, it seeps through. So you would not want that on the back of your card. So just keep that in mind. Let me get my Stampin' Seal and we can put this down. But even if I didn't use blends on a white card, you could make a mistake and then you ruin your whole card. Or you could cover it up with a layer. I just like to use a layer. I think it looks nice and it stands up better. So when you're standing it up, it's not top heavy, especially these cards like this. So anyway, that's my cards, or these are my cards. I think they're really cute. I love this little doggy. And again, the little kitten and the mouse, they're just adorable. You can do all kinds of things with this. Peace, joy, and kisses. Love that as well. So have a good day and let me know if you have any questions. You can email me, Patty at PS Paper Crafts. You can buy these products on my website and you can get there from, you know, pspapercrafts.com. You can leave me a comment, whatever. I'll be looking out, and if you have any questions, I can help you out. You have a good day.